डर होना चाहिए और वो दिल में होना चाहिए, और वो दिल आपको उनका नए सामने वाले का होना चाहिए। May I come in?
वो क्या इतना बड़ा?
Welcome my dear AS students to the Asraria Notes coaching classes AS series by Dr. Imran. Now we are going to study the complete biology for the NEET 2024, which is going to be held on 5th May 2024. Let's start with the chapter 1, living world. The characteristics of living organisms are non-defining features and defining features. Non-defining features are growth and reproduction. Assertion: growth is a non-defining feature. Reason: why? Because non-living organisms also grows from outside by accretion. But whereas in the living organisms, growth is from inside, right? This growth in the living organisms, it is from inside, right? That too by cell divisions. Growth in the living organism is from inside by cell divisions. Increase in the size and increase in the number of individuals are the twin characteristic of growth. Assertion: growth cannot be taken as defining feature. Reason: non-living organisms also grows from outside by accretion. Accretion means accumulation of the materials on the surface of the mountains, soil modules, etc. Reproduction. Assertion: reproduction is a non-defining feature. Reason: why? Mules, hinnies, sterile worker honeybees, and infertile human couples do not reproduce. Budding can be seen in sponges, hydra, yeast, shy is the mnemonic. Fragmentation can be seen in fungi, filamentous algae, and protonema mosses. But whereas true regeneration capacity can be seen in planaria. How to remember? TRP. T, true regeneration, R, T for planaria, TRP, right? Defining features of living organisms are cellular organization, metabolism, and consciousness. Biological organization of living organisms starts with the submicroscopic molecular level. Metabolism is a defining feature of all living organisms without exception. Consciousness is a defining feature which is most obvious and technically complicated feature. Only human being is aware of himself. That shows self-consciousness. Ernst Mayr, the Darwin of the 20th century, he defined the biological species. He got 3 awarded prizes known as Triple Crown of Biology. Number of species known till date is 1.7 to 1.8 million, that is 70 to 80 lakhs, and this refers to biodiversity. Carolus von Linnaeus popularized binomial nomenclature in his book Species Plantarum, that is first edition, and his another book Systema Naturae, 10th edition. Linnaeus was the father of taxonomy, founder of modern systematics, and he has given 2 kingdoms classification, that is Plantae and Animalia, and it is an artificial system of classification. So ICBN, International Code for Botanical Nomenclature for plants, and ICZN, International Code for Zoological Nomenclature for animals. What are the rules given by the ICBN? The scientific or biological name should be in Latin origin, and they are written in italics form. The scientific name or biological name should be consisting of 2 words or 2 components known as binomial. The first word is generic name. Genus is a noun and it always starts with a capital letter. Example, Mangifera with a capital letter M. The second word is specific epithet. Species is an adjective and it always starts with a small letter. Example, Indica with a small I, right? When handwritten, both the genus and species are separately underlined. Suppose you see Mangifera Indica, handwritten separately, Mangifera is underlined, Indica is underlined. And the name of the author or scientist who described or identified or discovered the plant for the first time and named the plant species for the first time can be written in an abbreviated form after the specific epithet, that is at the end of the scientific name, such as Mangifera Indica Lin. This indicates that Linnaeus has described and named the Mangifera Indica species for the first time, right? Yes, there are 7 obligatory taxonomical categories in the taxonomical hierarchy. What are those? Kingdom, division for plants, phylum for animals, class, order, family, genus, and species in the descending order, right? If we go ascending order, species to genus, genus to family, family to order, order to class, class to division for plants or phylum for animals, and then kingdom. So kingdom is the highest category and largest taxon, but whereas species is the lowest category, smallest taxon, and species is the basic unit of classification. According to Linnaeus, species is the basic unit of classification, right? The definition of species is: species are the group of morphologically similar individuals sharing common genetic pool, which interbreeds freely and produces fertile offsprings. Then, as we go in the ascending order, higher from the species to the kingdom, right? The common characteristics goes on decreasing, right? As we ascend from species to kingdom, the common characteristics goes on decreasing. Up to what level of category that we can find the maximum similarities in the characteristics? That is up to family category level, right? Category level we can find the similarities. So as we ascend from species to the kingdom, common characteristics goes on decreasing, and up to what level of category you can find the similarities in characteristics? Up to the category level of family. From the order of the kingdom onwards, there are aggregation of characteristics, right? So let's start the biological classification. Linnaeus had given the 2 kingdoms classification, Plantae and Animalia. Haeckel given the 3 kingdom classification, Plantae, Animalia, and Protista. Then Copeland given the 4 kingdoms classification, Plantae, Animalia, Protista, and Monera. R.H. Whittaker proposed 5 kingdom classification. Those are Monera, Protista, fungi, plants, Plantae, Animalia, animals, right? So here Plantae and Animalia. Monera kingdom consists of prokaryotes, unicellular organisms, whole and sole members are bacteria. Protista kingdom consists of eukaryotes, that are unicellular organisms. But whereas fungi, plantae, and animalia are the eukaryotes containing multicellular organisms, right? Monera kingdom consisting of prokaryotes, that are unicellular organisms, whole and sole members of bacteria. And Protista among the eukaryotes, Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia are the eukaryotes, but Protista among the eukaryotes consisting of unicellular organisms, remaining consisting of multicellular organisms, right? So R. Whittaker proposed 5 kingdom of classification based on the 5 main criteria: cell structure, thallus or body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationships. These phylogenetic relationships, evolutionary relationships, main common ancestry. Now, kingdom Monera consists of prokaryotes, that are unicellular organisms. The whole and sole members are bacteria, right? Monera kingdom divided into archaebacteria and eubacteria. Eu means true bacteria. This true bacteria, cell wall is made up of murine or mucopeptide or peptidoglycan, right? Cell wall is made up of murine, peptidoglycan, right? Archaebacteria, assertion. Archaebacteria can survive extreme conditions. What is the reason? Because their cell wall composition is different from the bacteria. That is, they show pseudomurine in their cell wall. But whereas our eubacteria shows murine or mucopeptide or peptidoglycan layer in the cell wall, right? Examples of archaebacteria: methanogens, which are present in the guts of ruminants, cows, and buffaloes. They produces methane gas, that is biogas, from their dung, right? And our eubacteria divided into 2, autotrophs and heterotrophs. Heterotrophic bacteria are the most abundant bacteria present in the nature, right? They are cosmopolitan in nature, and majorly they are decomposers, right? And autotrophic bacteria divided into 2: photosynthetic autotrophic bacteria, chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria. Chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria helps in mineral cycling, spin, right? The mnemonic is spin for the sulfur, phosphorus, iron, and nitrogen nutrients, right? But whereas photosynthetic autotrophic bacteria are cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, which fixes atmospheric nitrogen in the specialized cells known as heterocysts. Examples are anabenign nostoc. Specialized heterocysts are present in the nostoc, and the colonies are generally surrounded by the gelatinous sheath, right? Cyanobacteria, examples are anabenign nostoc. The mnemonic you can remember as CAN, and they can fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the specialized cells known as heterocysts present in nostoc, and the colonies are surrounded by the gelatinous sheath. But whereas here, the most important AS point is Mycoplasma. Mycoplasma, also known as pleuropneumonia-like organisms, they are the smallest living cell known till date, and they completely lack the cell wall, and they can survive without oxygen, right? Smallest living cell without cell wall is Mycoplasma. Smallest living cell with cell wall is bacteria. Done? Yes. Kingdom Protista consists of unicellular eukaryotes. जैसे Kingdom Protista आया, आपको वो सॉन्ग याद कर लेना है, Despacito, right? D for Dinoflagellates, E for Euglenoids, S for slime molds, P for Protozoans, and C for Chrysophytes, right? Dinoflagellates, 2 flagella, longitudinal and horizontal flagella, present in the furrows of cellulosic beds of cell wall, right? Cellulosic beds of cell wall. Red dinoflagellates, known as gonioloids, they causes red tides in the Mediterranean Sea because of the rapid multiplication. Euglenoids lack cell wall. They consist of protein-rich layer known as pellicle, right? This pellicle is very much important. Euglenoid cell walls are absent. Instead of cell wall, we have protein-rich layer known as pellicle. Euglenoid two flagellate, long and short, right? Slime walls are the saprophytic protists. In the favorable condition, they form plasmodium, and during unfavorable conditions, they form fruiting bodies from the plasmodium. Protozoans, these protozoans also lack cell wall. They also lack cell wall. So cell walls are absent in the mycoplasma, cell walls are absent in the euglenoids, cell walls are absent in the protozoans, as well as cell walls are absent in the animalia, animal cells, right? Protozoans, amoeboid, flagellated, ciliated, and sporozoans, armed force college of science, AFCS. Amoeboid, they show pseudopodia, Entomoeba isolatica. Flagellated protozoans are very much important. Example, trypanosoma, that causes sleeping sickness by the vector CC fly. Trypanosoma is the flagellated protozoan causing the sleeping sickness disease carried by a vector CC fly. Ciliated protozoans, paramecium. Sporozoans, the most notorious one is plasmodium, that is malarial parasite. Here is the chrysophytes. Chrysophytes consisting of golden algae, desmids, and diatoms. Diatoms are the chief energy producers in the oceans, right? Assertion, diatom cell wall is indestructible. Reason, the cell wall of diatoms are embedded with the seneca. Cell wall shows 2 layers, upper epitheca, lower hypotheca. They give the soapbox appearance. Diatomaceous earth and reservoir uses is they are used in polishing and they are used in filtration of oils and syrups. So beta, kingdom fungi, right? Cell wall of the fungi is made up of chitin. Exoskeleton of the cockroach is also made up of chitin, right? Cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin and other polysaccharides. Kingdom fungi is divided into 4 classes: Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, Phycomycetes, and Deuteromycetes, also known as imperfect fungi. Assertion, Deuteromycetes, also known as imperfect fungi. Reason, only vegetative or asexual phase is present. Sexual phase जब भी डिस्कस हुआ दूसरे क्लास में डाल दिया उसको, right? तो निमोनिक is ABP ID. अपना नेशनल न्यूज चैनल जो है ABP न्यूज, तो ABP न्यूज के एंकर अपनी आईडी लेके जहां बोले वहां पहुंच जाते, इजराइल तक भी पहुंच जाते, ओके बोलने, right? So ABP, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, Phycomycetes, ID, imperfect fungi, Deuteromycetes, right? So those anchors are imperfect anchors. वो लोग anchors नहीं रहे, actors हो गए. So what do? They act. Examples of imperfect fungi, Deuteromycetes are Algae, Polylepidoptericum, Trichoderma. Act, right? No. A for Ascomycetes, B for Basidiomycetes, C for Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes, also known as algal fungi. Examples of algal fungi or Phycomycetes are Rhizopus, the bread mold. Algae is the parasitic fungi which is causing white spots on mustard leaves. Mucor causing mucor rots in apple and pear. Mucor also causes mucormycosis in human beings during the COVID time, right? So the most AS1 theory of the Phycomycetes are the hyphae or the network of the hyphae is known as mycelium of the Phycomycetes are aseptate and sinusotic. Ascomycetes, A for Aspergillus, S for Saccharomyces, Yeast, unicellular, milk, bread and beer, C for Claviceps, ASC, SSC for those who, Ascomycetes also known as sac fungi, right? The utmost important point of Ascomycetes are penicillin antibiotic is formed from the Penicillium notatum, belongs to the class Ascomycetes, and the Neurospora is also belongs to the class of Ascomycetes, is extensively used in the biochemical and genetic work. Basidiomycetes, B for bracket fungi, right? Agaricus, mushroom, Steligos mud, and Puccinia causing wheat rust. So this is all about your kingdom fungi. ABP ID, imperfect fungi, Deuteromycetes, they act. Alternaria, Coledotrichum, Trichoderma. Why they are imperfect? Reason because only vegetative sexual phase is present. Phycomycetes, also known as algal fungi. Examples are Rhizopus, the bread mold, Algae, parasitic fungus causing white spots on mustard leaves, mucor rots in apple and pear. The hyphae, network of hyphae, mycelium of the Phycomycetes are aseptate and sinusotic. The mnemonic to remember is Phycomycetes param, right? Param sundari. P for Phycomycetes, A for algal fungi, R for Rhizopus, A for Algae, and M for mucor. So this is Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes. Both the classes of kingdom fungi shows dikaryon stage or dikaryophase, that is single cell with two nuclei. How to remember the mnemonic is A for Ascomycetes, D for Basidiomycetes, and D for dikaryon stage dikaryophase. ABD, ABD Villiers, Mr. 360-degree famous world cricketer, right? Algae shows symbiotic association with fungi, and those association is called as lichens. Assertion lichens are very good pollution indicators. Reason, lichens do not grow in the polluted areas. The algal component of the lichens is called as mycobiome, and the fungal component of the lichen is called as mycobiome. And do you know, lichens are the pioneers to colonize the bare rocks, which helps in the xeral succession, as well as after lichens, following the lichens, Moses, that the Bryophytes will colonize the bare rocks, helps in plant succession, right? Algae shows symbiotic association with the animal also. That animal is sloth bear. Fungi shows symbiotic association with the roots of higher plants, such as called as mycorrhizae. Example, Pinus. Pinus is a gymnosperm, which shows mycorrhizae, right? In the bacteria, Rhizobium shows symbiotic association with the roots of legume plants, which forms nodules, right? Which function is fixes atmospheric nitrogen in the nodules. Viruses are the nucleoproteins. They are made up of nucleic acid and protein called nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA, but never both. Protein code is called as capsid, and if they show subunits, those subunits of capsid are known as capsomers, right? Viruses infecting plants such as tobacco mosaic virus has single-stranded RNA as an infectious agent, but whereas viruses infecting bacteria called as bacteriophage has double-stranded DNA as the infectious agent. This virus, discovered by Dmitry Ivanovsky, named by M.W. Bijning, fluidum, infectious living fluid, and the viruses are crystallized by W.M. Stanley. Viroids, only nucleic acid, no protein, right? That too single-stranded RNA of low molecular weight. It infects the plants, examples, potato spindle tuber disease. But whereas prions, it contains only proteins, no nucleic acid, and it causes bovine spongiform encephalopathy, VSE, right? Example, mad cow disease in cattle and C.R. Jacob disease in human beings. Viroids was discovered by T.O. Diener. So the kingdom plant is divided into two: Cryptogame, non-seed producing plants, Phanerogame, seed producing plants. Cryptogame divided into three: Algae, Bryophytes, Rhodophytes. But whereas Phanerogame is divided into two: Gymnosperms, naked ovary, naked seed plants, Angiosperms, flowering plants, fruit producing plants, right? Algae shows haplontic life cycle, means only haploid states are present, except zygote represents the diploid stage. Bryophytes, haplodiploidic life cycle is present, right? Pteridophytes, diplohaplontic life cycle is present. In the Bryophytes, the dominant state is haploid gametophyte, right? In the Pteridophytes, the dominant state is diploid sporophyte. And in the Gymnosperms and Angiosperms, the life cycle is diplontic life cycle. Dominant stage is diploid sporophyte, right? Most of the algae shows haplontic life cycle, but some of the algae, such as Fucus, shows diplontic life cycle. So we can see diplontic life cycle in algae, Fucus, Gymnosperms, and Angiosperms. Haplodiplontic life cycle in Bryophytes, diplohaplontic life cycle in Pteridophytes, right? In the Bryophytes, the dominant phase is haploid, right? In the Bryophytes, the dominant phase is haploid gametophyte, right? The dominant stage is haploid gametophyte, right? So, assertion, Bryophytes are also called as amphibians of the plantae. Reason, they need water for fertilization, even though they live in the land, right? Two classes, mosses and liverworts. In the mosses, we get peat from the genus Sphagnum. Very much important, highly AS point. We get peat from the Sphagnum. Sphagnum mosses gives peat, which is used as a fuel and helps for the longer transportation, that it contains the quality of water holdings, right? Liverworts, example, Marchantia, Marchantia shows Gemmae, specialized bud formation, Gemmae formation. That Gemmae formation can be seen in Marchantia, the liver words of the Bryophytes, right? Pteridophytes life cycle is diploatlantic life cycle. Assertion, Pteridophytes called as reptiles or snakes of the plant kingdom. They are the vascular cryptogams. Reason, the first true vascular tissues such as xylem, which is helpful in water conduction, and fluid, which is helpful in food conduction, appear in the Pteridophytes. Motile gametes of the Pteridophytes needs water for fertilization. Now here we go, Gymnosperms and Angiosperms. Gymnosperms, net ovary, net seed, before and after fertilization, no coverings. Example, Cycas and Pinus. In the Cycas we can see corollite roots fixing the atmospheric nitrogen, but whereas Pinus we can see mycorrhiza, fungal association, right? In the Cycas we can see unbranched stem, single stem. In the Pinus we can see branched stem, right? And in the Cycas only one male strobili or cones are present on a single tree, or female strobili cones are present on a single tree. But whereas in the Pinus, in the same tree, single tree, both the male strobili and female strobili, male cones and female cones both are present, right? Angiosperms are the flowering plants, fruit producing plants, divided into two classes: tricotyledon consisting of two cotyledons in the seed, and monocotyledon consists of a single cotyledon in the seed. That single cotyledon in the seed of a monocot is known as shield-shaped cotyledon of the monocot seed is called as scutellum. And in the cotyledon, we can see a proteinaceous covering of the endosperm called as alluron layer. Algae is divided into three classes: Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Rhodophyceae, right? Chlorophyceae also known as green algae, Phaeophyceae also known as brown algae, Rhodophyceae also known as red algae. Why they are called as green algae? Because of the presence of the green pigment chlorophyll A and B, right? Why they are called as brown algae? Because of the presence of xanthophylls and carotenoids. Examples, fucoxanthin. Why they are called as red algae? Because of the presence of red pigment or phycoerythrin, right? As Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Rhodophyceae, three classes belongs to the algae. They have same chlorophyll A, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll A. Just add B, C, D in the chronological order, right? So Chlorophyceae green algae cell wall is made up of pectin and cellulose, but whereas Phaeophyceae brown algae cell wall is made up of outer algin and inner cellulose. But algin is a hydrocolloid material, and the cell wall of the Rhodophyceae red algae is made up of cellulose, pectins, and polysulfate esters. What are the stored food materials in the Chlorophyceae or green algae? Starch. Whereas in the brown algae it is mannitol and laminarian. Whereas the food stored materials in the red algae is Floridian starch, and it is similar to the amylopectin and glycogen, right? Red algae में देखो बेटा R देखो, Rhodophyceae R, red algae R phycoerythrin R, Floridian starch R, right? समझ रहे आप? तो R देख लो आप, इसी तरीके से रहता है। ग्रीन algae में starch रहता, बचा क्या mannitol laminarian जो कि brown algae में रहता, ठीक है ना? चलो अब अपन एग्जांपल्स देखेंगे बेटा ग्रीन algae का। इससे पहले भी मैं आपको शॉर्ट्स में निमोनिक बताया था, अभी भी बता दे रहा हूं अपनी एक बेहतरीन निमोनिक है क्लोरोफेसी के एग्जांपल्स को याद करने के लिए। क्या है बेटा? अपने पास एक मोना डार्लिंग है। कौन है? मोना डार्लिंग, क्लामिडोमोनास, मोना डार्लिंग। क्या है क्लामिडोमोनास? यूनिसेलुलर है। तो मोना डार्लिंग क्या है? यूनिक पीस है, सिंगल पीस है। अब उसका सैम्बर है, शादी के वास्ते में डिमांड क्या रही? अमेरिका का बंदा होना कहते हैं उसको, और उसके पास ग्रीन कार्ड होल्डर रहना कहते हैं, ग्रीन algae, ठीक है? और ग्रीन कार्ड होल्डर वाला अमेरिका वाला बंदा मोना डार्लिंग के घर पे SUV कार्ड लेके आना कहते हैं। S फॉर स्पैरोगेरा, U फॉर यूरोथ्रिक्स, बोथ आर फिलामेंटस algae, एंड V फॉर वॉल्वस कोलोनियल algae, और चारा CAR कार। तो मोना डार्लिंग को अमेरिका का ग्रीन कार्ड होल्डर वाला बंदा SUV कार में आए तो उसके घर पे चारा डालने शादी करती कहते हैं मोना डार्लिंग। ये था अपने एग्जांपल्स ऑफ क्लोरोफेसी ग्रीन algae, क्लामिडोमोनास, यूनिसेलुलर, स्पाइरोगेरा, यूरोथ्रिक्स, फिलामेंटस, वॉल्वस कोलोनियल, चारा। डन। चलिए यूनिसेलुलर algae क्या क्या है बेटा? यूनिसेलुलर algae एग्जांपल्स आर क्लोरेला, क्लामिडोमोनास। How you should remember the mnemonic is UCC, Uniform Civil Code. अभी जो ट्रेंडिंग में चला नहीं, Uniform Civil Code, U for unicellular algae, C for Chlamydomonas, and C for Chlorella. And the space researchers, the space travelers, in the space they use spirulina and Chlorella as their food supplements. So how to remember this mnemonic? SSC, S for space travelers, S for spirulina, and C for Chlorella. Secondary school certificate. Done. So examples of red algae Rhodophyceae. आप बेहतरीन अपने यंगस्टर्स पूरे पबजी में डूबे हुए हैं, राइट? पबजी में एक आम रहता ना RPG नाम का, राइट? बहुत फेमस है नहीं? R for Rhodophyceae red algae, P for Polysyphonia porphyra, and G for Gelidium gracilaria. तो Gelidium gracilaria we get agar। तो कैसा याद रखो बेटा? agar का A and A, Gelidium और gracilaria का G R। तो रेड algae क्या करता? रेड कलर का आग डाल दे रहा है, ठीक है? कैसा रहती रेड? आंच कैसी रहती? फाइन कैसी रहती? आग कैसी रहती? रेड कलर की रहती ना। इस तरीके से निमोनिक से याद रख लो। एग्जांपल्स ऑफ रेड algae RPG, Rhodophyceae red algae, P for Polysyphonia porphyra, G for Gelidium and gracilaria. We get agar hydrocolloid from the Gelidium and gracilaria. अब ग्रीन algae और रेड algae को याद रखेंगे तो रिमेनिंग जो भी algae है वो Phaeophyceae brown algae के एग्जांपल्स रहते हैं, ठीक है? Anisogamous ugami, राइट? एग्जांपल्स यूडोरिना। इसको कैसे रखना बेटा? इजी निमोनिक, इससे बेहतर निमोनिक आप याद नहीं रख सकते। ANI Anisogamous, यूडोरिना का उल्टा कर दो ANI, ऐसा एग्जांपल याद रख लो, आसानी से याद रहता है। Anisogamous ugami इन द यूडोरिना algae। अब यहाँ पे बेटा स्पाइरोगेरा, यूरोथ्रिक्स में, फिलामेंटस algae में आइसोगैमस ugami होता, सिमिलर गैमेट्स के बीच में, ठीक है? लेकिन उसके अंदर फ्लैजेलेटेड रहता, नॉन फ्लैजेलेटेड रहता, राइट? मोटाइल, नॉन मोटाइल। तो इसके साथ करना है फ्लैजेलेटेड में L आ रहा, मोटाइल में L आ रहा, यूरोथ्रिक्स में L आ रहा, तो वो फ्लैजेलेटेड मोटाइल गैमेट्स रहते हैं, स्पाइरोगेरा में नॉन फ्लैजेलेटेड नॉन मोटाइल गैमेट्स रहते हैं। इस तरीके से याद रखना, ठीक है? Pteridophytes plants are homosporous and heterosporous. Homosporous means same kind of spores, either microspores or megaspores. either any one of them are produced on the plant, right? Heterosporous plants means both the microspores as well as megaspores, both the spores are produced on the same plants. Example of the heterosporous Rhodophytes, Salvinia and Selaginella. Sa, sa, right? Microspores, megaspores, sa, sa, mnemonic. Salvinia, Selaginella. Oh yeah, right? In the Pteridophytes, the development of zygote into young embryos takes place within the female gametophyte, and this event is the precursor to the seed habit, which is considered an important step in the evolution. Yes, my dear students, kingdom Animalia, animal kingdom, also known as metazoa, is divided into two, parazoa and eumetazoa. Eu means true animals. Eumetazoa, true tissues appeared right here. In the parazoa, we get the phylum Porifera, that is sponges. They are asymmetrical and they show cellular level of organization. So cellular level of organization is the lowest level of organization of metazoa, means Animalia. Eumetazoa is divided into two, Diploblastica or Radiata, Triploblastica or Bilateria. I would like to tell you one thing before we can see the classification of animal kingdom. Right, there are three key transition of evolution. ठीक है, पहला वाला key transition क्या है बेटा? Alphabetical article है, A, B, C. First, second, third. First key transition is A, animal tissue formation. ठीक है, फिर second key transition is B, bilateral symmetry. Right, and the third key transition of evolution is C for coelom formation. अब यहाँ पे classification कैसा है देखो बेटा? Animalia kingdom, animals also known as metazoa divided into two, parazoa and eumetazoa. Eu माने true, तो true tissues, animal tissues form हुए, सबसे पहला key transition है. तो parazoa में क्या रहता? सिर्फ cells रहते, tissues नहीं रहते. इसलिए cellular level of organization, cellular level of organization is the lowest level of organization of metazoa. Right, तो इसमें कौन सा phylum आता है बेटा? Phylum Porifera, sponges. Right, asymmetrical, asymmetry रहती है, कोई symmetry नहीं रहती. तो पहला वाला की ट्रांजिशन हो गया, बेस्ड ऑन दिस फर्स्ट की ट्रांजिशन एनिमल टिश्यू फॉर्मेशन, दो डिवाइडेड हो गया, पैराजोआ और यूमेटाजोआ. चलो ठीक है, अब आएंगे अपन. यूमेटाजोआ इज डिवाइडेड इनटू टू, डिप्लोब्लास्टिका और ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिका, बेस्ड ऑन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ germ layers. Right, diplo means two plastic layers, two germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm, whereas triploblastica, three germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. This formation of mesoderm resulted in the structural complexity of the organism. Right, in the diploblastic organism there is no mesoderm. Right, so what is present instead of mesoderm? We can see there are mesoglia present in between the ectoderm and endoderm. They are also called as radiata. Why? Because they shows radial symmetry. And triploblastica also called as bilateria. Why? Because they shows bilateral symmetry. See, again the division is based on the bilateral symmetry. The second key transition of evolution is bilateral symmetry. Right? So based on the bilateral symmetry, again it is classified. So eumetazoa divided into diploblastica, radiata. The mnemonic is DR. D for diploblastica, R for radiata, radial symmetry. डॉक्टर, अगर आप डॉक्टर बनेंगे तो आप टीबी के पेशेंट्स को ट्रीट कर सकेंगे. टी फॉर ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिका एंड बी फॉर बाइलेटेरिया, टीबी. राइट, तो सीक्वेंस है ना, आप बगैर डॉक्टर बने टीबी के पेशेंट्स को तो ट्रीट नहीं कर सकते. फर्स्ट आपको डॉक्टर बनना है, देन आपको टीबी के पेशेंट्स को ट्रीट करना है. तो निमोनिक डिप्लोब्लास्टिका, रेडिएटा, डीआर, डॉक्टर, ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिका, बाइलेटेरिया, टीबी. राइट, डिप्लोब्लास्टिका टू जर्म लेयर्स, ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm रहता, mesoderm की जगह पे mesoglea रहता. Triploblastica three germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Mesoderm resulted in the structural complexity of the organism. Radiata shows radial symmetry, bilateria shows bilateral symmetry. Then, so first true tissues appeared in the Cnidaria phylum or Coelenterata. There are two phylums in the Diploblastica. Diplo माने two germ layers है ना, उसी तरीके से two phylum है, बोले ऐसा याद रखो. Cnidaria और Coelenterata phylum, Dinoflagellates और sea walnuts phylum. ठीक है, तो Cnidaria के अंदर सबसे पहला true tissues appeared इसमें हुआ. First time true tissues appeared in the phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata. So tissue level of organization दिखाते कौन? Cnidaria और Dinoflagellates. तो tissue level of organization is the lowest level of organization of eumetazoa. ठीक है, lowest level of organization of metazoa is cellular level of organization, but lowest level of organization of eumetazoa is tissue level of organization, shown by Cnidaria, Coelenterata, Dinoflagellates, sea walnut. So first time true tissues appeared in the Cnidaria, Coelenterata. Then बेटा चलिए, अब ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिका, बाइलेटेरिया, टीबी के पेशेंट को आप ट्रीट कर रहे हैं. राइट, that shows bilateral symmetry. They are divided into two again, protostomia, deuterostomia. Stomium माने mouth, proto माने पहले, तो blastopore gets developed into mouth, then later anus develops in the protostomia, and blastopore develops into anus first in the deuterostomes, then later mouth can develop. Right, so based on the development of blastopore into mouth, then it is protostomia, into anus, then it is deuterostomia. Then बेटा अब deuterostomia के अंदर आप ऐसा याद रखो, deuterostomia के regulative embryos रहते. कौन से embryos रहते? Regulative embryos. राइट, और वो लोग रेडियल एंड इनडिटर्मिनेट क्लीवेज दिखाते. क्या दिखाते? रेडियल एंड इनडिटर्मिनेट क्लीवेज. अपने को प्रोटोस्टोम्स को याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है, अपन सिर्फ डिटेरोस्टोम्स को याद रखेंगे. अब इसका निमोनिक क्या बन गया बेटा? देखो, डिटेरोस्टोमिया का डी, रेगुलेटिव एम्ब्रियोस का आर, डॉक्टर, और रेडियल का आर, इनडिटर्मिनेट क्लीवेज का एन, तो डॉक्टर रिन. एक रिन साबुन का, रिन डिटर्जेंट का ऐड आया था, देखो बिल्कुल उन्होंने आते सामने ऐसा रिन डिटर्जेंट जाने की देरी बिल्कुल सफेद कपड़ा हो जाता. राइट, व्हाइट एप्रॉन फॉर द डॉक्टर्स. तो डॉक्टर रिन, deuterostomia, blastopore develops into anus first, then later mouth develops. They shows regulative embryos and radial and indeterminate cleavage. Doctor in is the mnemonic बेटा. ठीक है, now अब थर्ड की ट्रांजिशन क्या था बेटा अपना? C for coelom formation था ना. Third key transition C for coelom formation. First key transition A for animal tissues formation. Second key transition B for bilateral symmetry. Third key transition C for coelom formation. Now, based on the formation of the coelom, this protostome is divided into three things: acoelomata, pseudocoelomata, schizocoelomata, and deuterostomes divided into only one thing: enterocoelomata. acoelomata, coelom is absent, solid body plan रहता है. कौन सा phylum बेटा? Platyhelminthes. ठीक है. Pseudocoelomata, pseudocoelom रहता है. True coelom जिसको बोलते हैं जो कि mesoderm से फार्म होता है. यहाँ पे pseudocoelom remnants of primary coelom blastocoel रहती है, right? उस वास्ते इसको pseudocoelom बोलते हैं. कौन सा phylum है बेटा? Ascomycetes, that is nematodes, roundworms and rotifers. Then schizocoelomata. Schizo माने splitting of the mesoderm. The coelom which is formed by the splitting of the mesoderm is known as schizocoelom, and those animals are known as schizocoelomata. कौन सा phylum है बेटा? Annelida, Arthropoda and Mollusca. अब splitting अब आप कैसे खाते हैं? काट के खाते हैं कि चूस के खाते हैं, राइट? तो स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ मेसोडर्म हो जा रहा है, ठीक है? तो शाइजोसीलोमेटा का माने क्या है? सीलोम फॉर्म विद द स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ मेसोडर्म, राइट? तो निमोनिक इज आर्म, एनेलिडा, आर्थ्रोपोडा एंड मोलस्का इन द क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर, ठीक है? चलिए, अगर एंटेरोसीलोमेट्स नाम में है एंटेरिक फीवर, टाइफाइड फीवर अफेक्टिंग द इंटेस्टाइन्स, गट को एंटेरो बोलते हैं, राइट? तो एंटेरोसीलोम फॉर्मेशन बिकॉज़ ऑफ द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द आर्केंटेरा गट pouches, राइट? तो वो क्या फाइलम है बेटा? एकाइनोडर्मेटा, हेमिकॉर्डेटा एंड कॉर्डेटा, ठीक है? So these schizocoelom, development of the coelom because of the splitting of mesoderm, and enterocoelom, coelom developing from the archenteron gut pouches. Both schizocoelom and enterocoelom are true coelom. So true coelomates, यहाँ क्या है? The first true coelomate is Annelida. Done? चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे. Hopefully आपको kingdom Animalia Metazoa का classification easily समझ में आ गया होगा. Based on ये three key transition of evolution, अगर alphabetical order first, second, third, A, B, C आप याद रख लेंगे, आपके लिए easy हो जाएगा. Animal tissue formation, bilateral symmetry formation and coelom formation. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So phylum Porifera, also known as sponges, they are asymmetrical in nature. The body cannot be divided into two equal halves. They show cellular level of organization, the lowest level of organization of metazoa, Animalia, right? Phylum Porifera shows water canal system, that is ostia, then spongocoel, then osculum. That spongocoel is lined by choanocytes, right? So example, Cycon, Scypha, Euspongia, bark sponge, and Spongilla is the freshwater sponge, right? So this is all about sponges. They are asymmetrical, cellular level of organization. Choanocytes line spongocoel, that is water canal system. Spongilla is the freshwater sponge. Phylum Nidaria, also known as Coelenterata, shows radial symmetry. And first time true tissues appeared in the Nidaria or Coelenterata phylum. They are diploblastic organisms showing ectoderm and endoderm germ layers. Mesoderm is absent. Instead of mesoderm, mesoglia is present in the Nidaria, right? Nidoblast cells are present with the stinging capsule. Asexual phase is called as polyp, and it is cylindrical in shape. Examples: Hydra, freshwater polyp, and Adamsia sea anemone is also a polyp, right? Sexual phase is called as medusae. It is like umbrella-like shape. And examples: Aurelia jellyfishes. These Aurelia jellyfishes shows the property of illuminating light known as bioluminescence, right? The alternation of the generations of asexual phase and sexual phase, polyp and medusae, is called as metagenesis, and that metagenesis can be seen in Obelia cephal. It is very much important. Metagenesis, alternation of generation of the polyp and medusa, is called as metagenesis, that can be seen in Obelia cephal, right? Examples: Meandrina, brain coral consisting of calcium carbonate skeleton. Physalia, Portuguese man of war. It is very much important example. It can be asked in the NASA following, right? Physalia, Portuguese man of war. Pennatula, sea pen. Pen, naam mein hai. Pennatula, sea pen. Gargonia, sea fan, right? So these are all about the Nidaria Coelenterata phylum. Yes, beta. Phylum Dinoflagellates, also known as sea walnuts, also known as comb jellies, right? They shows radial symmetry. They are diploblastic organisms with ectoderm and endoderm, and those are the special property of bioluminescence. And we can see the 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates, right, present in the Dinoflagellates phylum. Specialized coloblast cells, also known as glue cells, also known as lasso cells, that helps in capturing the prey, are present in the Dinoflora, right? Examples: Tinoplana, Tinophora, Tinoplana, and the Pleurobrachia. Pleurobrachia example diagram has been given in your NCERT textbook, right? बेटा जब भी आप मेरे वीडियो लेक्चर फॉलो कर रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं, साथ में NCERT टेक्स्ट बुक रख लेना है ताकि आप डायग्राम कंपेयर करके पढ़ सकें, ठीक है? चलिए, ये था अपना Tinophora का, right? Bioluminescence प्रॉपर्टी रहती 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates है, specialized coloblast cells, glue cells, and lasso cells, which helps in capturing the prey, Tinoplana and Pleurobrachia. चल, phylum Platyhelminthes, also known as flatworms, right? Body is dorsoventrally flat, flatworms. They shows organ level of organization. It is very much important, right? Platyhelminthes phylum, flatworms, shows organ level of organization. They are the first triploblastic organisms. They are the organism which shows first time bilateral symmetry, right? And they are acoelomates. Coelom is absent. As the coelom is absent, body cavity is absent. Body plan is solid, right? Solid body plan, solid walk plan. Specialized excretory cells of the phylum Platyhelminthes are flame cells, right? These flame cells helps in primary osmoregulation and secondary excretion. Most of the Platyhelminthes are endoparasites. Example: Tinea, tapeworm, and Fasciola hepatica, liver fluke. Hook cells are present in those, right? Some are free living form also, belongs to the class Turbularia or Digestia. Example, Planaria, true regeneration capacity can be seen, right? True regeneration capacity can be seen in the Planaria. The mnemonic to remember is TRP, right? Now at the current situation, our media can go up to any extent for TRP, right? TRP is the mnemonic. T for true, R for regeneration capacity can be seen in P for Planaria, that is free living Turbularia, Digestia of the Platyhelminthes. Important point here is organ level of organization. Acidomate, first cryptoplastic, first bilateral symmetry, flame cells, primary osmoregulation, secondary expression, mostly endoparasites, but free living Turbularia, Planaria shows true regeneration capacity. Chaliye, phylum Ascomycetes consists of nematoda and rotifers, right? Nematoda is nothing but roundworms. They are the pseudocoelomates, remnants of primary blastocele, right? Primary body cavity blastocele के remnants को pseudocoelom बोलते हैं, right? True coelom develops from the mesoderm. So first time tube within a tube arrangement can be seen in Ascomycetes. That is complete alimentary canal. Gut is appeared for the first time with the muscular pharynx. Where in the Ascomycetes nematoda roundworms, right? They are dioecious, separate male, separate female. Often females are longer than the males, and males have posterior curved end, right? Examples: Ascaris lumbricoides, common roundworms, right? Vocalaria bank of teeth, filarial worm, and Ankylostomma hookworm. अब इसको कैसा याद रखना बेटा? Ascaris roundworm तो easily याद रह जाता. Vocalaria bank of teeth causes filariasis, elephantiasis of the legs, वो filarial worm याद रह जाता. अब Ankylostomma hookworm को कैसा याद रखना? अरे शर्मा जी का लड़का ने निकाल लिया नीट, तो अंकल बार बार क्या करते हैं? अंकल लोग हुक करते हैं, उंगली करते हैं, राइट? तो Ankylostomma hookworm, अंकल, Ankylostomma hookworm, ठीक है? इस तरीके से याद रख लो. तो Ascomycetes nematoda roundworms, they are pseudocoelomates. First time tube within a tube, complete alimentary canal appears with the muscular pharynx, right? Ascaris roundworm, Vocalaria filarial, and Ankylostomma hookworm. अंकल क्या करते हैं? उंगली करते हैं, Ankylostomma hookworm. चलिए, मिलते हैं phylum Annelida, right? They shows true metamerism. Metamerism means segmentation of the body into segments by setae, S-shaped setae, right? So Annelida shows true metamerism, segmentation. Closed circulatory system, blood vessels are appeared in the Annelida for the first time. Nephridia are the structures which helps in osmoregulation and expression. Examples are Pteridophytes postuma, earthworm, 100 to 120 segments there. 14 to 16 segments consist of litellum or cingulum, where the fertilization occurs, right? And leads to the formation of a cocoon, right? And Hirutinaria, blood-sucking leech. Both earthworm and leeches are monoecious. In the single organism, male and female sex organs are present. But whereas the aquatic annelid, example Nelis, is dioecious, male separate, female separate. They shows lateral appendages called as parapodia, which helps in swimming. Very much important, right? And the clitellum and cingulum and gonodox are absent in the Nelis. So this is all about annelid के अंदर क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है? मेटामरिज्म, ट्रू मेटामरिज्म सेगमेंटेशन दिखा था. क्लोज्ड सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम है, ठीक है? और निरिस के अंदर पैरापोडिया रहते हैं, लैटरल एपेंडेज हेल्प्स इन स्विमिंग. आर्थ्रोपोडा, आर्थ्रो माने जॉइंटेड, पोडा माने लेग्स. दे शोस जॉइंटेड लेग्स, राइट? Arthropoda is the largest phylum consisting of the largest class, that is insecta, made up of insects, right? So economically important insects are Apis, honeybee, Bombyx, silkworm, Laccifer, black insect. Laccifer, black insect easily याद रहता. Apis, honey के boxes में रहता. Apis, honeybee याद रहता. Bombyx, silkworm कैसे याद रखना? Bombyx, Bombay, अपनी सिल्क, राइट? छुनाना, तो Bombyx, silkworm, राइट? ऐसा याद रख लो. तो आर्थ्रोपोडा के अंदर ट्रू मेटामेरिज्म है. बॉडी इज डिवाइडेड इनटू सेगमेंट्स, बॉडी, राइट? हेड, thorax and abdomen, right? So excretory organs are the Malpighian tubules and coxal glands also. Most of them are oviparous, अंडे देने वाले, eggs देने वाले. लेकिन except Phaeophyceae, that is scorpion, बिच्छू जो है बच्चा देता, बिच्छू बच्चा देता, अंडा नहीं देता. Phaeophyceae, scorpion, viviparous. और Phaeophyceae में सिर्फ सिंगल ले ला रहा, तो रेस्पिरेटरी स्ट्रक्चर्स क्या है? बुक लंग्स, लंग्स में भी सिंगल ले ला रहा, राइट? Gregarious space, locusta, locust. King crab, limulus is a living fossil, right? And respiratory structures is book gills. ऐसा याद रखना. Limulus में डबल एल आ रहा. It is a living fossil में डबल एल आ रहा. And respiratory structure है book gills, डबल एल आ रहा. ठीक है? एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में इससे बेहतर आप याद दे सकते. King crab, limulus is a living fossil. Respiratory structures are book gills. Periplanet americana is a cockroach. So largest phylum Arthropoda, largest class insecta, Apis, honeybee, Bombyx, silkworm, Laccifer, black insect, economically important insects, right? Mostly are oviparous except Phaeophyceae, scorpion, viviparous, book lumps are the respiratory structures. King crab, limulus, living fossil, book gills are the respiratory structures. Gregarious space, locusta, locust, and periplanet america, cockroach. Phylum Mollusca is the second largest phylum, right? The body is divided into head, muscular foot, and visceral hump, surrounded by mantle, shows mantle cavity, right? Mollusca characteristic feature is radula. Radula is nothing but a file-like rasping organ present in the buccal cavity used for feeding. Examples: Dentalium, tusk shell. You just remember the mnemonic soap, right? You just remember the mnemonic soap for the mollusca, right? S for sepia, cuttlefish. O for octopus, devilfish, England. A for Echinacea, sea hare. P for Princtida, Perlosher, and P for Phyla, ample snail. So radula is a file-like rasping organ helpful in feeding in the phylum Mollusca, right? Yes, beta. Phylum Echinodermata means spiny-bodied invertebrates, right? Derma means skin, echino means spines. The spiny-bodied invertebrates, Echinodermata phylum, all are marine, right? Sea water. The distinctive feature of the Echinodermata phylum is water vascular system, that is ambulatory growth, which helps in locomotion, feeding, respiration, right? Everything. Excretory system is absent in the echinoderms, right? Echinodermata larvae shows bilateral symmetry, but whereas adult of Echinodermata shows radial symmetry. Example: Asterias, starfish shows pentamerous radial symmetry. Other examples are Antedon, sea lily, Ophiora, brittle star, Cucumeria, sea cucumber, and Echinus, sea urchin. In the Echinus, we can see the Aristotle lantern, that is 5-jawed masticatory apparatus present in the Echinus, sea urchin. ठीक है बेटा, ये था आपका Echinodermata. दो चीजें मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है इसमें, वाटर वास्कुलर सिस्टम, डिस्टिंक्टिव फीचर ऑफ Echinodermata, और larvae shows bilateral symmetry and adult shows radial symmetry. Example, Asteria starfish, pentamerous radial symmetry. ठीक, phylum Hemichordata, they shows worm-like body, anterior proboscis helps in excretion, middle collar in which we have rudimentary stomachod and posterior tongue. Examples are Balanoglossus and Subcoglossus. Phylum Chordata, right? What are the hallmarks of the phylum Chordata? The first and most is presence of axial notochord of mesodermal in origin, right? Notochord. And second, dorsal nerve cord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, right? Ectodermal in origin. Pharyngeal gill slits, paired pharyngeal gill slits, ectomesodermal in origin. Post anal tail present, if present in some chordates, absent. In our mammals, absent, right? Human beings, absent. But in the mammal, kangaroo, post anal tail in the Macropus, that is kangaroo, it is a balancing organ, right? The post anal tail present in the Macropus kangaroo is a balancing organ. And the fifth one is ventral myogenic heart. So these are the hallmarks of chordates: axial notochord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, paired pharyngeal gill slits, post anal tail, and ventral myogenic heart. The chordate phylum divided into 3 Urochordata, also known as tunicata, why? Because the body is surrounded by a cuticle, tunic. Cephalochordata and vertebrata crenata, right? Urochordata tunicata, notochord present in the larval tail only, absent in adults. But whereas in the cephalochordates, notochord persists throughout their lifetime. Hence, they are called as typical chordates. Assertion. Cephalochordates are called as typical chordates. Reason: notochord persists throughout their lifetime. Then, what are the examples of cephalochordata beta? Branchiostoma, lanceolates, amphioxus. सब एक ही नाम है, ठीक है? Branchiostoma और lanceolates और amphioxus. यूरोकोडा, ट्यूनिकेटा और सेफेलोकॉर्डेटा दोनों को मिलाकर के अपन क्या फॉर्म करते हैं? प्रोटोकॉर्डेट्स बोलते हैं, दोनों को मिला के, ठीक है? एग्जांपल्स ऑफ ट्यूनिकेटा क्या क्या है बेटा? देखो, ओइकोप्लूरा, सैल्पा, एसिडिया, डोलियोलम. तो निमोनिकिस टोड, ठीक है? TOAD, टोड माने एम्फिबियंस, ठीक है? उसके अंदर लार्वल फॉर्म रहता है ना टैडपोल का. तो नोटोकॉर्ड इज प्रेजेंट इन द लार्वल टेल ओनली इन द टोड. ट्यूनिकेटा, ओइकोप्लूरा, सैल्पा, एसिडिया, डोलियोलम. But whereas notochord persists toward the left means cephalochordata. Hence, they are called as typical chordate. Example, Branchiostoma, lanceolates. Here, beta, vertebrata, the notochord is modified into vertebral column, cartilaginous or bony, and crenata, cranium develops cartilaginous or bony, protective brain box, which is protecting the brain, right? So, vertebrata, crenata. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. ठीक है बेटा? Vertebrate is divided into egg gnatha and gnatha. Egg gnatha means jaws are absent. A माने absent, gnatha माने jaws, right? Cyclostomata, they show circular mouth. Jaws are absent, tongue bears horny teeth, right? Closed circulation, circulatory system is closed in the cyclostomata. Examples of cyclostomata: egg gnatha, Petromyzon, also known as lamprey, they shows anadromous migration for the spawning, right? And myxine, myxine is a hagfish. अब निमोनिक कैसे याद रखेंगे बेटा cyclostomata का? CPM, C for cyclostomata, P for Petromyzon, lamprey showing anadromous migration, and M for myxine, hagfish. ठीक है? अभी आएंगे gnatha. Gnatha means जिसके अंदर jaws present रहते हैं, right? Gnatha is divided into 2 species and tetrapoda. Species means fishes. 2 classes of fishes: Chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes; Osteichthyes, bony fishes; and tetrapoda, 4 limbs: amphibia, reptiles, apes, and mammals. ठीक है? अब इसको निमोनिक कैसे याद रखना? आप सीक्वेंशियल ऑर्डर में अरम याद रखो, ठीक है? क्या याद रखते हैं? अरम, amphibians, reptiles, apes, and mammals. Apes माने birds. Yes बेटा, cartilaginous fishes also known as chondrichthyes, bony fishes also known as osteichthyes. अब इसको कैसे याद रखेंगे बेटा? Bony fishes, B for bladder, air bladder is present, helps in buoyancy, ठीक है? Osteichthyes, O for operculum, operculum present covering the 4 pairs of gills. O for oviparous, they gives eggs, right? Basically terminal mouth they shows. Then अब आ जाएंगे cartilaginous fishes. Chondrichthyes में C for cartilaginous fishes, C for claspers. Claspers are the copulatory organ present in the male sharks, the pelvic fins, right? Posterior pelvic fin. अब इसको निमोनिक कैसे याद रखेंगे बेटा? PVC पाइप्स आते हैं ना अपने, PVC फिशेस अगर आ गए अपने को, अगर बीचेस पे गए मराइन फिशेस, अगर कॉन्ट्रिक्टिस फिशेस आ गए तो क्या करते हैं आप? पाइप लेके मारते हैं. PVC पाइप, स्ट्रॉन्ग पाइप रहता, ठीक है? P for placoid scales, V for viviparous, वर्टिकल माउथ, एंड C for chondrichthyes, ठीक है? जब बेटा यहाँ पे ओपर्कुलम प्रेजेंट है तो वहां पे एब्सेंट रहेगा, यहाँ पे एयर ब्लैडर प्रेजेंट है तो वहां पे एब्सेंट रहेगा, यहाँ पे क्लास्पर्स प्रेजेंट है तो यहाँ पे एब्सेंट रहेगा, तो ओविपेरस रहेगा तो यहाँ पे विविपेरस रहेगा. V for viviparous, तो माउथ इज आल्सो वर्टिकल, वेंट्रल, ठीक है? ये वर्टिकल नहीं है, ये क्या है? ये वेंट्रल. माउथ इज वेंट्रल, बट वेयर एज बोनी फिशेस में माउथ इज टर्मिनल. अब एग्जांपल्स ऑफ कार्टिलेजिनस फिशेस देखेंगे बेटा. स्कोलियोडॉन, इंडियन डॉग फिश. ट्राइगॉन, स्टिंगरे, जी फॉर ट्राइगॉन, ट्राइगॉन में जी आ रहा है बेटा, स्टिंग में जी आ रहा है, स्टिंगरे. टॉर्पिडो, इलेक्ट्रिक रे, आपको तो अच्छे से मालूम है. और कैलकैलोडोन, ग्रेट व्हाइट शार्क. अभी ऑस्ट्रिच फिश के अंदर हिप्पोकैम्पस, मराइन में सी हॉर्स, एक्सोसिटस, फ्लाइंग फिश. एक्वेरियम में देखेंगे तो बेटा, फाइटिंग फिश, टेरोफिलम, एंजल फिश, राइट। तो यहाँ पे इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है बेटा, ये तीन भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। मराइन के अंदर एक्सोसीटस फ्लाइंग फिश, बेटा, फाइटिंग फिश, राइट, टेरोफिलम, एंजल फिश, और अपन निडेरिया में पढ़े ऑरेलिया, जेली फिश। उसी तरीके से तो विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट ए फिश ऑफ स्पीशीज बोल करके पूछता हूं। ऑरेलिया जेली फिश इज नॉट ए फिश, और आर्थ्रोपोडा में लिपिस्मा रहता, लिपिस्मा इज अ सिल्वर फिश, इट इज नॉट एन फिश, इट इज एन आर्थ्रोपोड। तो एक्सोसीटस फ्लाइंग फिश, बेटा, फाइटिंग फिश, टेरोफिलम, एंजल फिश, ठीक है। अभी अपन फ्रेश वाटर में आ जाएंगे तो लेब्यूरोहिता, रोहू, कैटलाकाट, लगंटला, क्लेरियस, मगुर। तो ये था बेटा आपके कार्टिलेजिनस फिशेस एंड bony fishes. Amphibia class consists of frogs and toads. The most common frog found in India is Rana tigrina, Indian bullfrog, right? Assertion: frogs maintains ecological balance, right? Assertion: frogs maintains ecological balance. Reason: what is the reason? Because frogs serves as an important link between food chain and food web, right? They are the cold-blooded white-kilotherms animals, and they shows camouflage. They change their color based on the environmental requirement. That property is called as mimicry. They shows estivation, summer sleep, S for summer, S for estivation, right? And winter sleep is known as hibernation. Male frog consists of vocal sacs which produces sounds, and male frog consists of copulatory pad present on the first digit of forelimb. These two things are absent in the female frog. By this, we can distinguish between male frog and female frog. Male frog contains vocal sacs, sound producing, and male frog contains copulatory pad in the first digit of forelimb. Right? In the frog, hepatic portal system as well as renal portal system both are present. Assumption: frogs are ureotelic organisms. Reason: because the excretory nitrogenous waste is urea. Frog, bufo, toad, hyla, tree frog, important, and apoda, limbless amphibia is ichthyophis, right? The frog shows 10 pairs of cranial nerves. Midbrain shows 2 optic lobes, corpora bigemina, nucleated RBCs with a hemoglobin, 3-chambered heart, 2 upper atrium, right atrium, left atrium, and single ventricle. Triangular sinus venosus opens into right atrium, and ventricle opens into sac-like conus arteriosus. As we already studied, both hepatic portal system and renal portal system are present in the frog, right? Here is the hearing and balancing organ. 10 to 12 vasa efferentia from the testis enters into kidneys and opens into Bidder's canal. Very much important point here, beta. Okay? 10 to 12 vasa efferentia enters the kidneys and opens into Bidder's canal. A mature female can lay 2,500 to 3,000 ova at a time, which develops into tadpole, larva, then adult frog. So this is all about the class amphibians. Yes, beta. Reptilia class, creeping or crawling locomotion organisms. They shows dry barbified skin, epidermal scales. They shows 3-chambered heart, but 4 complete 4-chambered heart present in the crocodiles. Kilon, turtle, chameleon, tree lizard, hemidactylus, wall lizard. Poisonous snakes are naja, cobra, mangarus, crate, viper. Non-poisonous snakes is trias, that is rat snakes. The most important point is 4-chambered heart present in the crocodiles. Yes, but our class A is nothing but birds. There are flighting birds and flightless birds. Flightless birds, Struthio ostrich, right? Egg of the ostrich is the largest single living cell. Struthio ostrich is the flightless birds. They cannot fly, right? The flighting birds shows feathers, pectoralis, major muscle which helps in flight, streamlined body, right? Long pneumatic bones, hollow with the air cavities. 2 clavicles and 1 interclavicle fused to form V-shaped bone, furcula, wishbone. 4-chambered heart, homeotherms, right? Warm-blooded animals. In the alimentary canal, we can find crop and gizzard in the aves, right? Lungs and air sacs for the respiration, right? Examples are neophron, vulture, actinodites, penguins, columba, pigeon, Citracula, parrot, curvus, crow. So this is all about aves. Important point is long pneumatic bones, hollow air cavities present in the aves, and crop and gizzard can be found in the alimentary canal of the aves. And flightless bird is Struthio ostrich. Egg of the ostrich is the largest single cell. Skin of the birds are dry, except at the base of the tail where there is a presence of eye glands. Yes, the class Mammalia, right? The characteristic features of class Mammalia is presence of mammary glands producing milk, hairs on the skin, that is glandular skin shows hairs, and external ear lobes, that is pinnae. ये जो है अपने pinnae are present, right? So mammalia की characteristic features क्या है बेटा? Mammary glands producing milk, hairs on the glandular skin, and external ear lobes, pinnae are present. Mostly mammalia are viviparous, except Ornithorhynchus platypus is oviparous. Very much important. Ornithorhynchus platypus is oviparous. Then चलिए examples देखेंगे बेटा. Macropus, kangaroo, mother pouch रहता, tail is the balancing organ. I already told you, right? Macaca, monkey, ratus, rat, canis, dog, Felis, cat, Equus, horse, right? Panthera, Leo, lion, Panthera tigris, tiger, Panthera leopardus, cheetah, leopard. Balanoptera, blue whale is the largest mammal, right? Largest mammal lives in the water, aquatic. Balanoptera is the blue whale, largest mammal. So this is all about the class Mammalia. So yes, my dear students, अभी अपन जितना भी एनिमल किंगडम पढ़े वो सारा चैप्टर का जुस फाइनल कंक्लूजन ये स्लाइड है बेटा, ठीक है? Asymmetry can be seen in sponges. They shows characteristic flagellated conocytes which lines the spongocele water canal system. Radial symmetry can be seen in Cnidaria, Ctenophora, and adults echinoderms. First two tissues appear in the Cnidaria or Coelenterata, right? First triploblastic, the first bilateral symmetrical organisms are Platyhelminthes, flatworms, which shows organ level of organization, and they are acoelomates. First true coelomate or first schizocoelomate is Annelida, and first intercoelomate is Echinoderms. First time tube within a tube arrangement, that is complete gut, can be seen in Ashhelminthes, roundworms. They are pseudocoelomates. True metamorphism means true segmentation of the body, can be seen in Annelida, Arthropoda, and Chordata. Echinodermata defining our characteristic feature is water vascular system. It is ambulateral grooves, and in echinoderms, excretory systems are absent. First circulatory system can be seen in Annelida, the two closed circulatory system. And first time respiratory system completely appears in the Arthropoda with the help of spiracles, right? 10 pairs of spiracles. Notochord persists throughout their lifetime in Cephalochordata and chondritis cartilaginous species. How to remember it? Mnemonic is NCC. N for notochord, persists throughout the lifetime. C for cephalochord and C for chondritis. तो ये था बेटा अपना फाइनल कंक्लूजन जूस ऑफ एनिमल किंगडम. तो ये अपना पहला यूनिट सारा कंप्लीट हो गया है बेटा. लिविंग वर्ल्ड, बायोलॉजिकल क्लासिफिकेशन, प्लांट किंगडम, प्लांटेल, एनिमल किंगडम, एनिमेलिया. तो डाइवर्सिटी इन द लिविंग वर्ल्ड यूनिट 1 कंप्लीट हो गया. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी, लाइक करें, शेयर करें, मेरे चैनल असरारिया नोट्स कोचिंग क्लासेस को सब्सक्राइब करें. मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में. टिल देन, टेक केयर.
Monster.